Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm gonna hop on the bandwagon a little bit and make a video on cold showers. I'm gonna hop on the bandwagon a little bit and make a video about cold showers. So you've probably heard all about the Wim Hof method, cold shower, ice baths, exposure to cold, all of that. You're probably curious, and hopefully I can answer some of your questions. So I started doing the Wim Hof method about a year, primarily for autoimmune disease. As those of you who follow my channel know that I had 5 different autoimmune diseases, and it's been really difficult and challenging dealing with that. And the Wim Hof method and everything that I'd read about it and heard about it seemed to point towards it being beneficial for people with autoimmune disease. And so I thought I would give it a chance. So I went ahead and I purchased the Wim Hof course, started going through the course. So the course is very simple and easy, but part of it is cold exposure. And in the course, you start off finishing your showers on cold. And then you start moving towards having fully cold showers. And then you start moving towards further like ice exposure. The first thing you do, right, is you get a big bowl of water and you put your arm in the water and you let your arm start getting cold and freezing and being exposed to freezing temperatures. And then you wring your arm out and he gives you like a fun little video about how to wring your arm out the proper way and make sure the blood flow gets back in there. And then you progress from there, right? You progress to submerging your lower body, to submerging all the way up to your chest in these ice baths, which is very cold. It stimulates your immune system, your cardiovascular system, and ultimately provides benefits for your health. Obviously, there are a few contraindications, which I'm sure a lot of people are curious about and really need to know, in that if you have heart issues, you should absolutely be monitored and you should be talking to your cardiologist. And you should not do any of this cold exposure without that. There's plenty of news reports and anecdotal reports of people having heart issues, heart attacks, and passing away while being exposed to extreme cold. So it is a very real thing. Do not joke around or think that because you're in your 20s, it can't happen to you. It absolutely can. But I don't want to be doom and gloom, right? That's very rare. Most people don't ever have that. And cold exposure is still tremendously beneficial for the vast majority of people. Don't let that a little bit of negative news dissuade you. It's still a great thing to do. It's still a lot of fun and you can feel tremendous afterwards. Some of the best days I've ever had since having autoimmune disease have been days where I took a nice, really cold shower, especially after doing a lot of physical labor. I actually moved about 2 months ago, and part of the moving process was we got pods, right? And so we filled up the pods with all of the stuff in the house, and that it required lifting a lot of furniture and a lot of big heavy boxes. And I was constantly feeling hot and inflamed and everything afterwards because that tears up your muscles and your body has a lot of circulating inflammatory molecules and all of that stuff. And so cold exposure felt amazing. Jumping in a cold shower and getting that after carrying boxes around for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day felt incredible. Some days I actually took 2 cold showers, one in the morning to wake me up, and then one after I was done carrying all the boxes, just because it felt so good afterwards. I don't offhand know the exact mechanism of why the cold exposure is treating the inflammatory cascade or inflammatory aspect of what was happening to my muscles and the rest of my body. But it just felt incredible. I can't recommend it enough for people that are in very physical jobs. There are people that work out a lot. And if you look at athletes, they do the exact same thing. How many times on TV or in interviews with athletes do you see that they go and do an ice bath after they finish playing the game or after they're done with a hard training session or whatever? The benefits of cold exposure are numerous. There's benefits to heat exposure as well, but we can talk about those in a different video. But yeah, it really stimulates the cardiovascular system, the immune system. It stimulates the production of cold shock proteins and all of these beneficial things for your health and your life. And so I would absolutely recommend doing the Wim Hof method in general, but also cold showers, even outside of the method. And there's a number of Facebook groups and meetup groups and stuff that do it now. If you're interested in that kind of like communal thing, right? Where there will be a sponsor, you'll pay some amount of money, which will really go towards getting the equipment and getting all the ice and everything. And you'll basically show up and there will be a bunch of kids' pools set up and they'll be filled with ice. And you go through with an instructor doing some breathing exercises and chanting and getting warmed up and everything. And then you go hop in the ice bath. And so it's cool. It's like an hour or two, and you get the benefits of learning some more in depth about Wim Hof from one of their certified instructors. And also you get the benefits of the cold exposure, right? You're really getting full submersion, or as submerged as you want within that ice water. And again, it feels great. And so I would highly recommend any of those meetup groups. Yeah. What else did I have to talk about? Yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for tuning in. All right, I think that's it. I'm going to be putting out another video on the Wim Hof method and go into that a little more in depth. That'll include a little bit about the cold exposure and all of that, but really it's going to be about the Wim Hof method in general and how the chanting and the breathing exercises and the yoga and everything really contributes to making you healthy in general. So stay tuned for that video. Thanks for tuning in and watching this one. I will catch you in the next video.